Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 26-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series. One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Prescott got his man there, complete to Gallup. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. And again, it's Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The safety, Budda Baker, there to force the incompletion.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. And it is incomplete. Byron Murphy, the first pick of the 2nd round there defensively. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kenyon Drake with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right?
He's got a man complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, 74 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed, because let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. That'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And an alley to run. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football. Caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. A little over 20 yards there, and in 2 plays, they've now moved the ball over 60 yards. Under a minute to go, clock running, and a back-and-forth first quarter of play. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 13-yard line.
Coming to you, coming to you. Check, 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 check. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, bang, bang.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They're going for it. It's Murray, eluding the pressure right. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
Brendan, let's file this play away for later. Let's note this play, because to me, it's not out of the question that the decision to pass up the 3 there could come back to haunt them later on.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. The first down carry by Elliott. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
59, check, 59. Here we go, 47. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Oh, here we go. Oh.
Prescott from the gun. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So 2 successful two-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or two-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. From the 31, Murray dancing to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill. And defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock a receiver down. You can take him out of the play that way. You can make sure you hunt him up and make sure that you have him covered downfield. They do a much better job of it. He's got to learn that the speed has changed on this level.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here we go.
Draw play, Elliott. And they'll get this down to the 10. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
He'll try and run it, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's second and long.
Hey, kill.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Prescott on third and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on fourth down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Second down, Murray sets to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Murray with a third and long. Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Prescott on first down. Flush to his right. That's complete to Cobb. And he'll be out of bounds. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Mike, check. Under. Here we go. We're going to 54, right here.
Prescott now. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? Now, I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, Coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Now Elliott. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Here's Prescott. They'll roll him out right. And that is caught. It's Witten for the Cowboy touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Throwing, Prescott, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first. Throwing now is Murray. And he finds Fitzgerald. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers.
Murray fighting, lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And nothing but daylight ahead. 30, past the 20. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
So the Cowboys now bringing the offense out there to go for 2. Prescott now after the fumble recovery. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Well, they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Now this time Murray to throw it. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice.
And that is caught. It's Witten for the Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Forbath, the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Ooh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. 1st down, Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Rolling to his right. He'll run it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Murray. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray escaping the... Oh, now Murray has it stripped. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.